Welcome. We are going to make some soup that's gonna knock your socks off. My name is Meg and I lost 70 pounds at the age of 53. I'd been a chronic dieter all my life. I had high blood pressure, no energy. I was depressed, anxious, suffering from menopause, and I had rosacea all over my face, bright red with white pimples and a bright red nose and itchy. I was a mess. I was really struggling. But I saw a video on YouTube, hello YouTube, that changed my life. And it set me on a journey, a course to find out what is this thing called whole food plant-based. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna show you how to make some delicious soup that will actually help you feel great, look great, lose weight. Okay, so here we go. With a little bit of luck and some science, this works. So what we're gonna start with is a head of cabbage, and we're gonna cut it up. Get your Instant Pot out. Here we go. Grant, my son, who also is whole food plant-based, is the cameraman. If you don't know Grant.
They know me, I guess. I don't know. I'll pop in and say hi.
Come say hi, Grant.
Hello. Bye.
There we go. Grant made a guest appearance. So we are literally just gonna throw this all. I want to just go like this, which I might. Throw this all into the pot.
You missed a lot there.
We're gonna throw all of this into the pot. So it's gonna be one head of cabbage. Cabbage is really good for you. Cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable and it has sulforaphane in it. That's a superpower. Sulforaphane is really great at helping fight free radicals in your body. Cancer, inflammation, cells that are being naughty cells in our body. So you want to eat cruciferous vegetables every day. There's cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, arugula, if you can believe, is one. Bok choy. There'll be a list down below of cruciferous vegetables. We just are rattling off our favorites that we eat every day. I also got off blood pressure medication. I also stopped having hot flashes. Sorry, Grant, block your ears. But
I'm an adult. I can hear this.
he can handle it. I stopped having hot flashes and night sweats. And whoo-wee mama, that was so great. I couldn't even believe it. And that was attributed to a whole food plant-based diet, but also eating soy. I learned that if you have 5 to 6 ounces of soy, whether you eat it or drink it a day, that could be edamames, that could be soy milk, that could be tofu, anything with soy in it that's a whole food plant-based. Soy contains something called phytoestrogen, so it helps regulate your hormones and actually balance them out, which is what's happening. And that can happen to a lot of people at any age, just depending on what puts them in that position, whether they have some sort of surgery that all of a sudden excels their hormones and makes them pre-menopause or perimenopause or full-blown menopause. That's my tip, and it works. I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you my own personal experience, and it took about 6 weeks of sticking to a whole food plant-based diet to reverse my hot flashes and night sweats. This is just a whole bunch of goodness. This soup is so delicious. I made it last week and I'm craving it. It was so good. Now we're gonna do 3 stalks of celery. So go ahead and cut those up. Choppa. Yes, I still do some chopping. I work out. Celery. I love celery. Celery also has a natural, it gives off a salty taste, which is great. So I don't even add any salt to this soup. I don't add salt to very many things because there are so many different spices and ingredients, combinations that can give you that savory, salty taste without actually using sodium. The problem with sodium is that it is something that is a basal restrictor, so it makes your arteries actually, unfortunately, narrow instead of expanding. You want to eat things that are vasodilators, like all of these delicious vegetables, the onion, the spices. Those things all help dilate your arteries, which is what you want for blood flow, for oxygen, for health. And if the blood doesn't flow, well,
You're out of luck.
you're out of luck, kid. We're just trying to make the quality of life we have on this planet wonderful. We're trying not to hurt any animals. You know, this really started as a quest for my health, and it's evolved into something so much more. I feel so great. And that is why I started this channel. I want to share this with people, give them hope. I went to doctors, they couldn't help me. I went to naturopaths. I went to everyone under the sun. And it wasn't until I discovered a whole food plant-based diet that talked about your skin being your largest organ and what affects your skin and your internal organs and basically your whole ecosystem is what you put on the end of a fork. And I know it's not that simple, but it really kind of is. There's a lot of information, and I just want to say there's a lot of misinformation out there, because what we're finding is that heart disease, strokes, diabetes, all of these chronic conditions, and what I mean by chronic is they are conditions that literally over time get worse and worse until they disable you, impair your, they impair your life, they disable you, and then eventually lead to death. And it's chronic because they have shown that a lot of these conditions can be managed or lessened or reversed if you change your diet and lifestyle. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to stop taking your medications or anything like that. I'm just telling you to have an open mind, look at what you eat every day, and see what it has. And the other thing is, a lot of people who don't eat enough nutrition have no energy. You want to eat and drink things that nourish your body, that are vasodilators, give you lots of oxygen and energy, that helps your serotonins, that helps your gut microbiome. It all is interconnected. And I have been plant-based for 4 years, and my blood work is just fine. I get enough protein, nutrients, and that's why I decided I might as well try this. I've tried every other program, diet under the sun, whatever you want to call it. This is my stirring stick, or what I was using to saute things last week. Grant missed out.
Yeah.
Not this exact one, but a similar carrot. We're also gonna put a cup of brown lentils in.
The lentils.
The lentils. Talk about protein. 18 grams of protein per cup. That's crazy. And you have to remember, 1 cup, then once it's cooked, I think that makes several more. We're gonna put half a teaspoon of pepper, possum pepper incorporated, shemazel,
Oh boy.
possum pepper incorporated. We're gonna do it. On your mark, get set, let's go now. We're gonna put in a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and we're gonna put in a bay leaf.
Un bay leaf?
Un bay leaf. I like everything.
You're gonna sniff and be like,
It just, I mean, you guys, Grant and I smile and giggle all the time because this was not us 4 years ago. No. I mean, this is just, it's just fun. Okay, we're gonna do half a teaspoon. We'll put the ingredients below. Garlic, onion powder. I don't use broth, but you could. I use water. But with all of these delicious vegetables and spices, that's what broth is for. It's for flavor. You can always add at the end, but what you can't do is take away. So that's why I make it the way I make it. And if there's something I need to add afterwards to give it more taste, I let you know. All right, here's our onion. Onion. With a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of blooming luck. Oh my goodness.
having some trouble there?
I am. Got any tips?
No.
The other thing I want to say is, when I first made the connection that I could get rid of my rosacea with a whole food plant-based diet because of the hour-long interview I saw with Dr. John McDougall here on YouTube, I was fascinated and it made so much sense. But the emotions I was feeling, oh my goodness. I was panicked, depressed, anxious because all I could think of was vegan, plant-based. Okay, I'm gonna be starving. The food's gonna be boring. My life is going to feel like a black cloud is over my head. This sounds horrible. This sounds like torture. This sounds like being punished, punishment. And that's what I kept thinking about. And now I just laugh because it's opposite of everything I thought. And that's the operative word. What I thought being a vegan was like and what I thought being plant-based was like. And it's absolutely the opposite of what I thought. I thought I'll have no food to eat. I can't go anywhere. I can't be social. I'll lose my spark for life. Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but I had already lost my spark for life. I was like at the bottom of the barrel. I was so depressed and felt like, you know, I was obese and I was 53. And every time I went to the doctor, something else was wrong with me. And chronic, you know, my doctors were nice people, but they weren't trained in nutrition. They weren't suggesting, hey, you should be doing a whole food plant-based diet. No one suggested that. I found that on my own. And I think one of the reasons is because they're not whole food plant-based and they can't even imagine that life. So how could they recommend that to someone else if they're not willing to do it themselves? But once I dived into the science and really found out why it worked and why it reverses inflammation, chronic diseases, why it helped me get off blood pressure medication, why it gave me more energy, why did I lose 70 pounds? Then I really was interested. Then it got my attention because about 6 weeks into this program, I had lost 13 pounds effortlessly. When I say effortlessly, because I followed the principles and I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna prove you plant-based vegan people wrong. I'm gonna do this and I'm not gonna feel better. I'm not gonna have more energy. I'm going to be hungry. The food's gonna be boring. It was anything but. Anything but. Okay, now we're adding 4.5 cups of water. You want some water?
I'm not thirsty, thank you.
We're hungry, not thirsty. All right, so here we go with our Instapot. We're gonna do it for 15 minutes and then we're gonna let it slow release. We'll be back momentarily. Okay, let's see how, wow.
Wow.
Wow. I think we're gonna have to add some more water.
Oh no, there's a lot at the bottom. That's what
is there?
now.
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. I gotta get on my tippy toes to see this. This looks good. It smells so good. I don't know what the combination is. You know, I'm not like a huge cabbage soup fan, or at least I used to not be. I liked it, but this cabbage soup, I couldn't get enough of it last week. So delicious. And then something else I did afterwards is I added, there's the bay leaf. I had added, oh, there's another piece of it, some noodles. They were chickpea noodles. And one of you guys said, wait and have the pasta, the noodles, or the rice, put it in a separate container and then add it throughout the week when you eat the soup. For the next 4 or 5 days, those chickpea noodles kept their shape. They didn't get mushy. You could put this in your silicone containers and freeze it and then put it in individual bags. And then it's so easy to just pop it in a bowl and heat it up in the microwave. Super easy. Let's have some soup. Let there be soup. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place.
Such a lovely place.
Such a lovely face. Living it up in the Hotel California. Oh my goodness, this soup is so beautiful. It smells so delicious. It's so hearty. I ate this whole pot last week, I think by myself. Did you get any, Grant, last week?
I didn't have any.
Oh my gosh. But it's different because it was an accident. I forgot to put in the crushed tomatoes, and so it came out, it smells like earthy because of the lentils, but like a chicken noodle soup. It's just really savory and delicious. And there's no sodium in here. That's the crazy part. It tastes really savory, like it has that. But let me take a bite. Oh my gosh. As good, if not better than last week. Oh, That is so good. Wow. Please make this cabbage lentil soup. It is so good. Welcome to the soup club because this is so great. I can't wait till you make this. Come join my school. That is my private community. It's SKOOL, for plant's sake. You'll see my picture, and that is where people come together, people who check in every day, who are accountable, who want to learn more about whole food plant-based living, or if you're already living this way and you just want to surround yourself with like-minded people, come join the community. We are having a great time in there, and you are more than likely to stick with a whole food plant-based diet or anything in life if you surround yourself with like-minded, positive people who have those same goals. So come join. The other thing that I wanted to say is if you have watched this video from start to finish and my silliness, if I've mildly entertained you, please hit the like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified anytime I make a new video. Grant and I love making these videos. We love bringing you education and entertainment. We're just here to show you what's going on our journey and how this food has helped us in so many ways. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. I gotta get back to this soup. Woo! Welcome to the Hotel California, Cabbage, California.